Hello. How goes it, everybody? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm by myself today though, so there's that. Everyone else is busy doing shit. But that's fine because this is not a very high intense game. I'm excited to play more.
Truly offensive evil's armies continued marauding and running through the fields of wheat. Somewhere behind them, Tanos picked up their trail, but he had no inkling of the corrupting evil's true destination, Termite Island. A fleet would be needed to get to Termite Island, and, as everyone knew, the two Left Hands Evil and its creatures were not exactly gifted shipbuilders. And so it was that the Horde stood before the gates of fantastic Lakesville. The inhabitants of Lakesville worshipped the sun and had even erected a number of temples that captured the sunlight. The light they collected strengthened the inhabitants of Lakesville in a truly unpleasant manner, which made them dangerous opponents indeed. On top of that, Sunshine made them a little over the top in the gung-ho department. A number of battle-hungry troops had already rushed out to head for the dungeon.
What?
Now the game's getting difficult.
Come, creatures of evil, prepare to defend against intruders! Beat them, break their legs, pick their noses! Sit down in a circle? Just shut it! Tear out their arms, twist their necks, give them wedgies!
Battle began in the underground. Meanwhile, the heroes on the surface continued to bathe in the sunlight.
It's getting to be about time for night to fall.
What? Night? Oh, okay. Night slowly fell over Lakesville as the sun sank and finally disappeared. The sun praisers of Lakesville shivered a little as they were used to sizzling in the sun. At the same time, they were overcome with a deep fatigue that led the overwhelmed guards to fall asleep. Only a few heroes were still on their feet.
Excellent! Finally, this narrator does something useful for a change.
Ungrateful lot. Fine then. The night wouldn't last forever, though, and daybreak was approaching fast. It seems the days just flew by in Lakesville. It must be all that fresh sea air. The sun had completely
Alrighty.
set. It was now dark.
Let's do this, buddy.
We should take advantage of the opportunity and attack them now, while they're all asleep. That would be unwise. I would suggest something else. Ugh, what now? Do you want to talk things out again? Or do you have some other hippie hogwash you want to share? No, not this time. I wanted to suggest that we focus on defending the dungeon and build a few defenses. Otherwise, they'll overrun us at daybreak. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. But attack is the best defense. You desire?
Ugh.
Even though the heroes of Lakesville were indeed getting their beauty sleep, it was doubtful that they would sleep through any violence directed their way. And it was also likely that the destruction of any buildings or the like would make a perfect alarm clock.
Right then. Just hit them hard enough and they'll close their little eyes again. Oh, you are so evil. I know. Thanks for the compliment.
In order to be able to defeat Lakesville's daylight active heroes, the hard-hearted evil would have to use the lecture hall. There, scrolls could be examined, which would make things already researched even better.
Sounds pretty damn sensible to me. We could use all the help we can get against these goody two-shoes.
We got plenty of time. We're gonna be taking this evil camp over, and then we'll probably head back and do some dungeon building. I think that's probably the smartest play. That way we have passive evil income and all that. Yeah. Okay. We've lost somebody, so yeah. Let's get to it.
Payday.
What do we? Where's gobblers? Let's make this much bigger.
The bustling evil had discovered a room in the underground. The digging in the dungeon had paid off, for the truffle pig evil's little snots had found a scroll. Now it only needed to be taken to a lecture hall so it could be used.
Yeah. Okay. Some of that. Get this. There's some toolboxes.
The excavation-crazy evil had uncovered an underground room containing a scroll. This needed to be taken to a lecture hall as quickly as possible.
I need more snots, dude. No, that's not what I want. Good thing the treasury doesn't need to be efficient.
everyone has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
I don't really like that, so we're gonna do this. Actually, that works out because then I can do some of this, do that, do that. Gonna be a bit of an awkward one, but where's that other entrance? There it is. Setting in a good spot. It's in a decent spot.
The bustling evil had discovered a room in the underground.
This is the weirdest treasury I've ever built, but you know what? It'll be fine.
Payday.
This gives me 3 separate incomes and all that, so. Look, you gotta do this before daytime. It's definitely overkill, but it's always fun to do shit like this.
The sun would soon be rising.
Nice big treasury.
It was morning. Enemies have entered the dungeon. Spiders have spread throughout the underground.
Ouch! Ouch! Take that!
I just realized my mistake. Looks like we won't be doing hordes too much
There
this
are
time.
enemies in your dungeon.
Ooh!
Payday. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Hey! Keep your hands to yourself. Ah! Ah!
Yeah. Keep her going.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Your creatures have inadvertently dug into a dragon's nest. The Absolute Evil's little snots had dug out a new room. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Ouch! No! I'll be back.
I don't really need to, I think.
Payday. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
We'll just do a small one here.
enemies have entered the dungeon. Soon, night would descend upon the land. The sun had completely set. It was now dark.
Okay. Another evil camp will be useful. Let's take out the guard first.
Those are a couple of the Ironhides I sent to scout around. They've been captured. We should free them. Then I can punish them for failing.
Great plan. Although it looks like those guards are full to the eyebrows with caffeine. None of them are going to be sleeping tonight.
Nice, nice.
Evil simply plowed right through the Ironhide's weedy guards. Thoroughly impressed, they happily joined the evilest of all evil's army.
Simply let themselves be captured. Losers.
Saying something like that now is rather amusing, considering that in the future... but I digress.
Hey!
He knows. I know too. Get him. I don't need to go this way.
Payday. Darkness-loving evil's armies had reached one of the sun temples that made Lakesville's heroes so powerful.
That thing has to be destroyed. Right, everybody. Sunblock on, and let's get to it. Hasta la vista, baby. Ow!
Okay, we'll come back. Let's see here. Let's go, and this will be the undead section. Okay, so here's what we do now. No, it's fine. Never mind, it's fine. Everything's fine. Ooh, excuse me. I should probably build some traps. Not ideal placement, but that's fine.
It's payday.
Lead me to the back.
Night would soon be over. The first Sun Temple was destroyed,
Nice.
bursting into thousands of particles. I mean pieces. Sorry about that.
That'll teach those worms. What will it teach them? Not to that. Stop asking such stupid questions. Split personality me. We have to take out that second temple. Oh, but the sun is so beautiful and wonderful and good and warm and stop it. All that revolting do-gooder drivel leaves a disgusting taste in my mouth.
That one is good. Grab that.
The sun was rising.
Shh! Hey, listen. Does anyone else hear a strange scraping sound? Like the sound of someone digging through stone. I mean, aside from us, of course. Yeah, I hear it too. Which kind of makes sense, seeing as how we share a body and... maybe it's termites or something like that? Termites in stone. So, like, stone termites? Ugh, total nonsense. Oh, well, it is a fantasy world, so who knows what kind of absurdities the writers will think up.
Stone termites sounded interesting. However, the explanation was much more banal, as some heroes were digging another entrance to the totally caught by surprise Evil's dungeon.
What? Someone's tunneling through to us? Damn! Stop them!
The excavation site was accessible from the overworld. It became advisable to pay those troops a little visit to discourage them from their endeavors, permanently, which is to say, axe in the head.
That's fine. Because I was gonna go that way anyways next.
This entrance seemed to be buried. The work-shy Evil decided it wasn't worth the effort and just passed on by. Enemies have entered the dungeon. again would this wrecking crew attempt to uncover a dungeon entrance.
Save that for later.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Alrighty. 350, come on. That'll be useful. Yeah, there's another evil camp I can get access to. What is this?
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Throw me at the enemy! Ah! Time to die.
They'll. Whoop, I don't want that. Those will disappear on their own, so. Hello, Felipe. I'm good. How are you? Good. I'm glad. It's going. There's so many things I want to build, but I don't have that part of the game unlocked yet, you know?
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Listen, man, look, I'm sad when you're not around because I know you don't actually exist unless you're present with me, so. Like, I gotta make sure you still exist, you know what I mean? Exactly. That's why, yeah.
As long as you don't forget my existence, that's all you really need.
Yeah. That's my point.
But it doesn't need to be direct. my direct existence.
Of course it does. Otherwise, how do I know you exist?
Oh, I'm here.
Well, yeah, now you are, but what about later?
Well, would you remember me later?
I don't know. I can't always be remembering you, you know what I mean?
Well, maybe you should.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Can't do that, Felipe. It's hard.
How far have we got?
Remembering you takes a lot of work, okay? I've unlocked research, so I can do research now.
Yay.
Payday.
I'm at the level where they get powered up when it's daytime.
Ooh, okay.
There are
Not fun.
enemies in your dungeon.
Is the day-night cycle always a thing or no?
No.
Only up to that point. Okay.
Yeah. I'm also gonna try to use the orcs a lot more because I know they're super good for tanking, you know what I mean?
They are big buff boys.
And then they get the big armor too.
Soon, night would fall.
That's right. Fill up my mana, you whores. Where is Kaiser?
I thought it was you or him gonna be gone for the day. Or at least most of it.
I was gonna be gone, but something changed.
I think that was it then. I don't know.
Days like these are
He could
hard
just
on
be
the nerves.
doing something with his parents.
You'd be better off concentrating on the defenses for now.
Oh,
That
a
sounded
couple
like a
times
great plan.
the
Yet the underground
electric
wasn't
wiring in his
necessarily
room
safe. Maybe those sneaky little heroes
Okay.
still have
shorted.
an ace up their
So
sleeve.
he might be
And
investigating
what-
that too.
what
So
is that supposed to mean?
Hmm.
Do you always have to be so vague?
Of course,
well, he thinks it's the
this is
wiring.
bit where I
He's not for
ramp
sure.
up the excitement. I mean, how boring would it be if I were just to reveal everything right now?
Extremely unboring.
Just go with it.
Now to open up the secondary entrance because, well, it's bad for heroes getting in. I need to get over here and clear out a bunch of them, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's a shorter way to the objectives, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, there's another evil camp up here. I wonder what a speedrun for this game looks like.
I feel like extremely impressive. And I feel like I would want to know actually, just because I wonder what they would avoid and what they would rush. All that fun
They
stuff.
probably wouldn't do a lot of dungeon building at all, you know?
Yeah. It's probably like the most optimal way to have your dungeon.
Optimal way to have your dungeon, optimal way for troop layouts, how many of each one, which ones are worthless to even attempt to go for.
Yeah.
Not a thing I want to bother doing, you know?
Sounds
I'd
like it
just
would make the
rather
game
have
more.
gobblebots.
Yeah, that sounds like the game would become a bit more boring to me, because it's just reduced to a formula at that point.
Exactly.
The second Sun Temple must be close by. Those guards over there are probably not just standing around for nothing. Then again, you never know with these heroes. They're not exactly famous for their intelligence.
Oh boy. They sure are tanky.
Was this considered late game or mid game?
We're mid game. It's around the time you get the ogre that it's late game. Did I say that wrong?
It's payday.
No.
Okay. Nice, that's the second Sun Temple.
The Sun Temples were destroyed. A wailing and weeping could be heard echoing down the streets of Lakesville, for hard times loomed before the sunbathers. Of course, they had a completely different set of problems, for soon the sun-hating evil's army would be at their gates.
And that's the way it looks. Sun. Even when I was a good Dark Elf, I hated that thing. Disgusting. I wish I could contradict you, but we Dark Elves really aren't suited to long stays in the sun. Unless we use a protection factor that would even work for a vampire. Yeah, but they would buy it all up. Damn vampires.
I hate the cannons.
They suck.
They sure do.
Am even more powerful.
Luckily, with 2 Nagas and 2 Orcs, it seems I can out-heal the cannon fire.
Hell yeah.
I need the training hall to increase my dudes now. We're getting to the levels that doesn't work with XP, so that sucks.
I thought that was just a happiness requirement. I didn't know that it gave XP.
Well, they want to train, so that's happiness and XP.
Okay. I thought it was like the beer.
Kind of. I hate this level because it just takes so fucking long, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this is one of the missions that took us the longest.
I mean, this is the first mission that I've done today, and it's already been an hour, and I'm still not done with it.
Goodness.
Because you have to wait 12 minutes for it to become nighttime, you know?
Yeah.
It's payday.
I have more money than I know what to do with.
Spend it recklessly.
I am
On
spending it
whores
recklessly.
and alcohol.
Yep, that's the plan. Will I have time to make it somewhere else? Maybe. Probably this evil camp even.
The night was almost over.
You can't pierce my orcs. They're too big and burly. Look at how big and burly they are, Felipe.
They are big, beefy boys right there.
Just in time. Do you think there's a guy out there that's named Just in Time?
Yes. Just because of that joke. But is that spelled T-I-M-E? Or it's spelled T-H-Y-M-E?
Do you think he hates his parents?
I would hope he would have like Homer's neighbor kind of attitude. Why can't I think of it? Flanders. Ned Flanders.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Maybe.
But he would be very annoying about it.
Yeah. I got so much money.
Money.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
I also need mana pools. I need mana pools.
Build more.
I don't have any. They're not unlocked yet.
Oh, is that unlocked yet? Okay.
Yeah.
Do the demons get unhappy still? Or is that not until you actually get it?
They're just like, I wish we had this, but they're not gonna be upset because it's not something I can take care of, you know?
Yeah, that would be pretty awful.
Sure would.
Hello.
Hello, Kaiser.
Hello, Kaiser.
Hello, Kaiser.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Kaiser.
Hello.
Hi, Kaiser.
Hello, Kaiser. Hi, Kaiser. Hey, Kaiser. How's it going, Kaiser?
Hey, Taylor. Hey, Taylor.
Hi.
Hey, Taylor.
Hello, Kaiser.
Hey, Taylor.
Rar, rar.
Hey,
rar,
Taylor. Hey,
rar,
hey,
rar,
hey, hey,
rar,
hey, hey, hey,
rar.
Taylor. Hey, Taylor.
It's broken. It's broken. It's all broken.
I should get
The
a sound
system's
bubble.
kaput.
Enemies
This is
have entered the
dungeons
dungeon.
number 3.
Number 3. Because I don't want to play 1 and 2 because I did before and they aren't as good.
They suck. Dick balls.
Ooh, Dinglemeyer.
I died.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Not allowed. No death allowed on my watch.
No. Oh, look, it's a dire side.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's Torment.
You know, honestly, a Dungeons crossover with Dota would fit really well.
They already had the announcer, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me the little snots as the creeps. The Dungeon Heart as the tormentor. You could have Chaos Knight be the ultimate evil or some shit.
Would Talia be Lena?
Maybe.
She's really the only one I can think of right now.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think so, because she's the only, like, female magic user in Dota that I can think of. Well,
Crystal
say
Maiden.
Crystal Maiden, but she doesn't fit, I don't think.
No.
I'm the Queen of Evil.
I am the queen of. That'd be bull. Oh no.
Not gonna get up.
There's that one.
Hey! Hasta la vista, baby.
I've never gotten Talia to level 10. It's just too fucking expensive, you know?
But now you have all the money in the world, so.
Well, it's evil that holds me back now.
No. I thought you were gonna be evil.
I do. Well, I mean, like, my amount of evil is holding me back because I don't have enough of it.
No. Not evil enough. Killer.
Yes?
I was cleaning the kitchen today and $1 million idea came to mind.
Is this something you want to share online?
No.
Okay. You want to just send it to me?
Yes.
Inflatable pants.
Imagine.
There you go.
Okay, this is the last part.
Yay.
Stupid inflatable pants.
Oh, Patrick.
Hmm. Those guys look very strong. I should wait till nighttime. We're just gonna chill over here.
I was telling yesterday to Felipe Taylor how I first hated Alatria when he first came out in World.
Why?
Eschaton Judgment because I didn't have a good enough build. I was a screw up.
And now you just play Elytrion.
I am the Alatria.
My, how the turns have tabled.
Hey, that's my thing, okay? Only I
Is
can
that
do
your
it.
thing?
Yeah, that's my thing. It's mine. It's mine. Only mine. It's a nice boulder, right? Well, it's my boulder. I love Jayshla.
No, don't call it that. What? You called it a rock. It's not a rock. It's a boulder. All right, I won't call it a rock. You just did it again. You just did it again. Really good. That's a great bit.
I miss when Jayshla did stuff.
He still does stuff.
He only does music now, I think, right? Right? I thought so.
His last video was 2 weeks ago, and it's not even on the main channel.
Oof. How long has it been since he posted to the main channel?
He posted a video 2 months ago saying he's not gonna post here anymore because every time he posts here, people make fun of him because he needed money, and so he stuck with a bit saying, "Okay, I'm not gonna post here until I need money."
Damn, dude. Commit to the bit.
He's very good at that. That's why I like Jayshla a lot.
Can't wait for the next video to be I need money, and the video after that to be I need money too.
Oh, I did it. It took an
Yay.
hour and
Yo.
15 for that fucking mission.
Lakesville was
This game is a time vampire.
and the
Yeah.
Evil's armies left a trail of destruction behind them. Kind of surprising that Tanos hadn't tracked them down yet. They should name him Worst Tracker of All Time.
Yeah, that's true enough. He never was one to pay attention to detail.
Details like a burning city?
Yeah, he's more of a big picture guy. Pretty soon he's going to be a picture of my dagger in his eye guy. Oh, you are so brutal. On a different note, is this day-night cycle thing permanent now?
No, because that was just because those sun temples made the days just fly by.
Oh, I thought that was the fresh sea air.
That too, yes. Lakesville was no more. Now it was time to set sail for Termite Island, there to face the mighty Yaina Overproud.
Next.
Lakesville fell like a sandcastle under the feet of a 4-year-old, and afterwards was plundered in accordance with age-old custom. Yet as satisfying as it was just a little fish in a great big ocean of good. For the hydrophobic evil had, from the start, planned to capture the city's amazing fleet, which, as opposed to the horde ships, did not sink like rocks. And so it was that Tanya's creatures were driven aboard and the sails were hoisted.
Time to
As
burn
the
and plunder.
smoking ruins of the city slowly disappeared below the horizon behind them, the ship set sail for Termite Island. Even if no one actually saw the impressive sight, as everyone, hey, I said everyone, was focused on the new target. The aforementioned island was the seat of the magician Yaina Overproud. Yaina was pretty and kind-hearted, and therefore, naturally, absolutely despicable. And if that weren't already enough reason to deal with her, she was also one of Tanos's buddies. Yaina ruled from Doloran. Ah, Doloran, home of arcane magic and high finance alike. Disgusting. Upon landing, the leisurely Evil's army slowly made their way to the financial capital. Yet it would be a good idea to acquire additional, even more powerful allies before facing Yaina. Talia and the remains of the cold-blooded Evil's army had reached Termite Island. Here, the egotistical magician Yaina Overproud ruled over her magical financial stronghold of Doloran.
I'll take care of this witch in short order. We'll just build up an army and beat on everything we see, just the way we did before. It's always worked until now, whereby the question arises, what the hell kind of a strange room is that? What's it good for?
In fact, that was an excellent question. Naturally, it was a... Oh, wait, wait a moment. Yes, actually, it was a hellhole. A hellhole is a portal directly to hell. What do we need that for, you ask yourselves? Another excellent question. Ah, here. Because we want to summon a pit fiend, of course. The Demonican-savvy evil plan to lead a pit fiend to Doloran in order to have an ace up its sleeve in the fight against Yaina Overproud. An ingenious plan, I must say.
Okay, pit fiend sounds good. I can see him now. This guy with muscles of steel and... whatever. How do we do this?
Well, first we need a few ingredients, which we then, for the sake of simplicity, just throw into the hellhole. We need corpse dust. However, it has to be from Termite Island, so we can't just scrape it off our surface, but have to organize some from local graveyards. And toenails? That's simple. Oh, from a centaur. Fortunately, these primitive beings should have a few camps around here. What a coincidence. Besides that, we also need some worm slime. Ugh, just saying it makes me shudder. And spider legs. We'll probably find those kinds of creatures here in the underground. Probably a lot sooner than the tense evil would like.
Felipe.
Oh yes, and it also requires a couple of well-aged but
Yes.
unfortunately live heroes.
Let's upset the internet.
They're not likely to let
Go
themselves
go
be
on.
thrown in there just like
Do
that.
you think that Elden Ring and the Dark Souls series as a whole needs an easy mode?
No.
But it's inclusive to people who are bad at video games.
I think if the author or the creator of the game decides that there shouldn't be an easy mode, then so be it.
But we don't respect people who make stuff, Felipe. Once you put it out there, it no longer belongs to you.
Yeah, it doesn't belong to you, but the creative ideas do.
Tell that to the guy who made God of War.
Did he make an easy mode?
No, he doesn't like the direction Kratos is going, and he just recently was talking about how much of the most recent Metroidvania Kratos game was just such a fucking money grab slop game. Even though, like,
Damn.
there's heart and it's good.
Like, I believe that the creator of whatever IP should have a say in what direction the game goes. But like, if it's kind of out of their hands, then there's not really much you can do, and it's kind of a whole different beast altogether.
Well, yeah, so he created it, but he had little involvement in the second game, and even littler involvement in the third game.
Yeah.
Santa Monica, and then he left Santa Monica Studios. But since they own the IP, they can do whatever they want with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's bad? Because, like, if the guy had his way, there would be no more God of War. It would just be a stagnant IP that was once a beloved series.
Kind of hard with that one as well. It's we're kind of in an age where IP is just kind of are their own beasts.
Yeah.
I think they should be consulted at the very least when they make a new game.
I don't know if he was consulted. Probably
Yeah, I
was, and
doubt
he
it.
probably said, I don't like it, and they said, okay,
Yeah.
we're still gonna do it.
Yeah.
So my argument with this is that, well, it is something that he created. The fact that he he left the studio, and it's not like they made it a microtransaction battle royale. They made a game that billions of people loved, you know, that felt this is accurate to Kratos. So at what point does it no longer become just what the creator wants, and instead the community, who probably knows the character better than the person at this point?
That's kind of a hard threshold to measure, you know?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, there is a point, but it's very hard to tell when that point begins and when it ends.
Yeah, you're right. Do you think that right now, where the God of War series is, do you think it's fine at this point, even if he doesn't like it? Even though you haven't played the games, but you know
I
people
was
like
gonna say
them.
I can't really say much about it. If people like it, then that's cool. But I can't really give my firm opinion on it because, like I said, I haven't really played much of the God of War IP.
Yeah, one day. Maybe that'll be a stream thing if you want, but only if you want. I wouldn't want to ruin your experience of it. Gotta go get an evil camp.
Malicious creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men, and of course women. Stop them, for the Alliance. Well, not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk, and so, you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them, for the goddess.
Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked, and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina overpowered herself there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a story character in a single map. Besides, it was necessary to stop the marching heroes, and then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole.
I guess it just the question begs, is it if you basically gave the IP to someone else, do you have the right to say this isn't how it should be? You know what I mean?
I mean, you're all entitled to your opinion, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I don't really have a problem with the guy voicing his opinion on how the IP is going.
There are
No,
He
of course
kinda-
not.
He kind of just let it go anyway. So he doesn't really have much impact, nor can he really do anything. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can still voice his opinion on where it's going. It's just he can't really do anything about it.
Yeah. Do you know what his complaints are about the game in general?
I know he doesn't like that Kratos is having an arc.
Yeah, he doesn't like that Kratos is being humanized, because that wasn't the point of Kratos apparently. The first game, he was just supposed to be an unfeeling person or whatever. But at the same time, that doesn't make sense considering that he had a wife and kid, and that's the reason he's doing all this, you know?
I was gonna say, there's a reason he was going on this war against the gods, so...
Yeah. So it's just, I feel like he had an idea of what Kratos wanted to be, but then Kratos evolved beyond what he wanted because there was stuff to build off of there, I think is what his problem is, you know? I haven't looked into it. This is just me guessing, so I'm not saying don't take us at our word here. We're just a couple guys who talk shit on the internet.
Rawr.
And a dragon.
And dragon.
And a Mexican dragon.
Oh.
Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. these would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evils complex and trap-riddled caves instead. There are enemies in your dungeon.
I don't want to dig too far yet because I'm not ready to take on anything. I can't deal with a bunch of Kaisers right now.
Roar.
Payday. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
So tanky, dude.
The merciless Evil's armies destroyed the Hobbit camp with joyful efficiency. These hobbits wouldn't be running off throwing any rings into any lava in any mountains anymore. Defend the dungeon heart.
So his thought process behind this is that he thinks that the current writers of Kratos are inserting their own life problems into the story, which is making him a completely out of character Kratos rather than the Kratos that he wrote initially.
That's a dumb.
What do you mean?
I don't think that's true. I think just people are coming up with
Speculative.
ideas for Kratos to do.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Kaiser?
No.
Okay. he just says that it's because it's not the Kratos he wrote, because some people have asked him before in an interview, don't you think sticking with him just being an angry guy and that's it for his character, wouldn't that get boring after a while? And he said no, because those are the concepts that make Kratos who he is, and he gave examples of characters that are just what they are, like Indiana Jones and Spider-Man. Like characters that are very like one note in their approach to things, but they work regardless. So I can understand somewhat what he means, but at the same time, like, what's his reasoning for doing more, you know?
I mean, Peter Parker doesn't stay stagnant the entire time. Like, there's multiple Spider-Mans even.
Well, there's that too. Like, that was kind of a weird take to throw Spider-Man in there when Spider-Man is a character that is continuously growing and changing and has these points where he has to face who he is.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest part of Spider-Man, even. I don't know.
No, I agree. I think it's a bit bizarre, just because those characters do evolve sometimes. Like, of course it goes back to, like, the next comic will go back to the core Spider-Man and do whatever, but the previous Spider-Mans do evolve and change.
Yeah.
So.
Like, if you're saying, like, for a one-note person, yeah, he's a hero and he will be a hero, but at the same time, like, giving him these things that make him human is what makes the character so interesting, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing more fun to me in, like, media and video games and, like, movies, and just watching some dude who's just, like, evil for the sake of being evil, or just, like, a dude who's super, just like fucking Kratos, he's just angry as shit all the time and he uses his anger for that, or like he's just a badass. But at the same time, having something that makes him feel like a person rather than just this non-stop rage monster like the fucking Incredible Hulk is just like it brings so much to what the stories are. Now I really want you to play God of War, Felipe, because I would love to know your opinion on him.
The always wanted to be a prison guard evil immediately began to
On Kratos as a whole? On Kratos?
What about Kratos?
Are you talking about you want me to play God of War just to get my opinion on Kratos?
Oh yeah, Kratos, the games, the story, just all of it. Because Kaiser really liked those games a lot.
Yes. Felipe,
Yes.
it's happening. I'm finally getting good at DMC3.
Hell yeah.
We'll be back to DMC next week, Kaiser, so don't worry.
Yo. You stopped before Diamond Sailor.
I know, but I had to play the God of War game like it was day of. And then you got busy the other day, which isn't your fault, but you know.
The first prison had been built. Now, heroes could be imprisoned where they were defeated. This was not only important for sacrificing the heroes the hellhole so desperately wanted, but also because each hero generated some evilness at the end of their stay.
Exactly. Let them stew and rot in prison, the miserable do-gooders.
Something our quick-tempered protagonist obviously desired. The very best thing, though, was the fact that any heroes that died in prison became skeletons. The necrotic evil immediately wanted to try this out, of course. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh no, there are enemies in your dungeon.
There are enemies in my dungeon. I think this is too big for a prison. We're just gonna fill this in. Ooh.
Heroes are on their way to one of your islands of evilness.
Give me my order.
You stay away from my island of evilness. I'm excited to watch you guys play that Reanimal game because it sure does look interesting.
Awoke in the prison, where his death
I don't
would
really know
generate
much
some
about it,
wonderful
except it's
evilness
based off
for the
of. No,
disgusting
it's
evil.
created by the same people that made Little
Outstanding.
Nightmares.
Yes, and the
Yeah,
heroes
and that
also
game's got a very pretty art style.
A tough decision. The listening closely evil was informed that the demons of the hellhole might be interested in trading a handful of priestesses of the light for one of their female demons. This sounded like a very interesting trade indeed. The eager to explore evil's army had discovered one of the heroes' camps. They immediately took care of its demolition.
Exactly. Come on. Let's tear the place apart. Another glorious victory for the Queen of Evil. I mean, for the absolute evil. Of course. I mean, it's not my army. Not yet. Anyway.
You're the Queen of Evil? Well, I didn't vote for you. And anyways, Queen of the Devil.
I didn't vote for you.
Really? Oh, they are. Terrible film. Except for the music. But of course, a bit better love story than that bit at Twilight. The power flows through my veins. And still the Horde, I mean the evil, spread their infestation across Termite Island. Onwards, peoples of the Alliance, drive this riffraff off. Otherwise, the tourists will stay away and we'll have to close up shop. I'll be at your side.
Jared is hitting a bout of depression.
Duh.
He went out with a 40-year-old MILF. Didn't get to smash because he didn't have the money.
As Yaina got out of Dodge, her
Big Sag.
subordinate heroes from
Yeah.
Termite
But he went the gentleman route, so there's a chance for date 2.
for their opponents, using brute force and violence
That's good.
with absolutely no finesse whatsoever. The dungeon protecting evil made ready. As a really broad hint, the savvy narrator pointed out to the perplexed evil that the graves in the graveyard might just need a hearty smack or nudge to release the valuable corpse dust.
We're gonna make this a workshop. Probably make it a bit bigger.
Bigger is better.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. A hero died in the unspeakable evil's prison. In fact, this wasn't such a bad thing. A skeleton rose from the dead hero's remains, which would henceforth serve the homicidal evil without questions or demands.
Destroy this land.
Sadly, one of the hero's mighty champions lived in the city. Ronin, whose cliché-soaked name we stole one-to-one from another universe, had retired here, and was anything but pleased to see evil creatures. However, whoever put that sanctimonious do-gooders lights out permanently was sure to be richly rewarded.
Reward or not, it'll be fun. Come on, fight! Maybe we should see what happens when we throw a few of these elves with the swords into the hellhole.
Why? Is that some sort of secret recipe?
Recipe? No idea. But it sounds like fun. Damn fair-skinned elves. Oh, but in the end, they are related to us. Those tree-cuddling hippies have nothing in common with us dark elves.
The great champion Ronin hit the floor. The Radiant with Happiness Evil was extremely pleased. At the same time, this anti-heroic act was generously rewarded.
Ha! Another city destroyed. You're so evil and cruel. Thanks, that's really nice of you. I despise you. Careful now. Hate leads to the dark side.
The strategically brilliant evil had eliminated all the dangers and made the dungeon a fairly safe place. Summoning the Pit Fiend should now be child's play.
Nice, nice. This mission is super easy. What are you up to, Kaiser?
DMC3. Ah, shit.
Oh yeah.
The far-sighted evil had discovered a modest little centaur camp. Like any good, nature-loving being, the horrible evil immediately wanted to convert this area into a nature reserve. Of course, that meant that everything that was in the way had to go. Oh, those poor centaurs. Unfortunately, they had to die for the good of the greater evil.
Evil.
Evil. Hmm. Hmm.
Payday! Rumor has it that the people of the Hellhole might welcome the sacrifice of a few little snots. Or maybe it's just because it's fun, too. The experimental evil immediately tried it out. Nice wrist action on that throw.
Another graveyard. Excellent. Here we should be able to find the rest of the corpse dust. Get a move on, people! Loot those graves! My toenails are curling. Looting graves? How repulsive! Yeah, go share your moral outrage with someone who cares.
The graveyard's ludicrous guards had been retired. Good thing for the gravedigger, who didn't have to go far this time.
Almost got the surface finished.
Hell yeah.
Spiders have spread throughout the underground.
Hmm.
The arachnomanic eagle had torn off the first spider leg, just what it needed for the hellhole. It carelessly threw the rest of the spider and the remaining 7 legs. A giant worm has been sighted in this dungeon.
Step down!
They need beer.
This hero camp has been destroyed. Excellent work. So now let's do it again. All the poor souls who have to die because of my failure and my lack of willpower. It's so sad. Ha ha ha! Plunder, burn, kill.
It was done. The self-sacrificing evil had thrown the required number of heroes into the hellhole, which in turn commented on the fact with a loud, contented belch. The set done. All of the spider legs have been tossed into the hellhole. The spider-hating evil had mastered the assignment without even breaking a sweat. It was done. All of the required corpse dust had been sacrificed to the hellhole. The mastered this task evil patted itself on the back, right before it remembered the spiked metal gloves. Ouch. The hunt for the centaur toenails was going well. The hoofless, it was done. The last the last centaur had lost its toenail, which the eager evil quickly sacrificed to the hellhole. As it did so, it realized that every centaur actually had 4 of the stupid things. Naturally, that would have made the job just a bit easier. But hey, outstanding intelligence was never an employment criterion for evil archvillains. Either way, the goal had been achieved. That is, it was done.
There we go.
The requisite worm slime had been collected. Oh my, I saw this documentary about liposuction one time, and this stuff was... oof. Oh, just forget it. Another challenge mastered by the repulsive evil. Finally, it was done. The last ingredient had been thrown...
That one only took like 30 minutes.
patted
Fuck,
itself
bug.
on the back in triumph.
Does this one have the
hellhole
day-night cycle
began to
too?
bubble
Or is
and
it just that one-off
vaporize.
mission?
Something in the middle
What'd you say?
whirled wildly.
Does
One
this one have the
slowly
day-night
grew.
cycle as well? I wasn't paying attention.
That was just the one-off mission.
Okay.
But upon listening closer, one recognized a joyful whee. It was the Pit Fiend, who now emerged from the whirlpool with a wild laugh. Laugh. Oh, do I do that? Okay.
Prince of Darkness, obey my orders, and of course those of the absolute evil. You, mighty Pit Fiend, cruelest of the cruel.
His name is Crowley.
I beg your pardon?
It says here in the script the Pit Fiend's name is Crowley. Not that it's important since he doesn't speak, but I just wanted to mention it.
All right, Crowley. You, Crowley, will help us defeat Yaina Overproud. We will transform this world into an image of hell.
Daughter, try to defeat your evilness. We still haven't given up on you. Fight it! Use all your willpower.
Oh, Father, I'm still here. I'm trying. Well, now and then, at least. But my evil self won't let me talk about it. It refuses to hear my arguments, and it doesn't care what you say. How often do I have to tell you?
The Pit Fiend Crowley listened to Talia's inner quarrel and grumbled at Tanos' words. Non-residents of Hell were so annoying. Tanos disappeared after the evil Talia's rant and tirade of insults. She then turned to Crowley.
Come, Pit Fiend. I mean Crowley. Let's get that accursed magician. Yaina Overproud. Your days are numbered.
The storming of Doloran. Now that the leprous...
I don't like this mission.
Which one is this one again?
You gotta push the payload.
Oh, yay!
Finally reached Doloran. With the Pit Fiend, I mean Crowley, we'll effortlessly overrun the city and kick Yaina Overproud's ass.
I'll be right back.
Could we
Okay.
solve it peacefully instead? I mean, maybe they want to surrender.
Talia, your shameful deeds have not gone unnoticed. You have committed yourself to evil and killed grimly. You have led an army of evil here to Doloran. I cannot allow that, for I fight for capitalism and neoliberalism. I mean, love and justice. I am Yaina Overproud, and in the name of Doloran, I will punish you.
Okay. I guess we can forget the peaceful solution then. The armies of evil, forward!
Bravely, or extremely stupidly, the do-gooders of Doloran threw themselves at Crowley, but they could do little against his concentrated power, his steeled muscles, and his fiery breath.
This isn't over yet. As if a ridiculous little demon could stand against me. Thunderbolt, fly and win!
A powerful spell hit Crowley, instantly evaporating all the weaker creatures around him. He seemed considerably weak.
Hey, that's not fair! Just wait! I have a few tricks up my own sleeve, you fraud! Strengthen, demon! Fly and win!
Talia now also cast a spell on Crowley. Both spells seemed to balance each other out. At the same time, they surrounded the Pit Fiend with a storm of chaotic energy. This would protect him from all damage. Unfortunately, it would also protect everyone outside the energy vortex from Crowley.
This isn't over yet. Men, I need your support. Go to that demon and stay close to him. That will strengthen my spell.
That sounds dangerous.
He's almost banned, you idiots. He cannot do anything to you. Get a move on.
Come, creatures! I need your support. Stay close to Crowley to strengthen my spell. Fear not, the forces surrounding him are harmless. To me.
My goodness! I'm hardly needed for this intro. The fast-acting evil threw everything it had into getting its creatures close to Crowley in order to support Talia's spell.
I need to do things first. Hold on. Oh. Give me them nuggets. Hmm.
Crowley himself was less than pleased by the magical energies that swirled around him. After all he wanted was to bring chaos and destruction to the world. His superhuman demonic powers allowed him to temporarily resist all the spells and move forward. Of course, he would only do so on the unrighteous evil's orders. For although he was a mighty pit fiend, he was not a giant floating hand that could easily crush any and all creatures if it so wished.
You know what's fucked to think about, Felipe?
What?
The only reason the ultimate evil doesn't just go out and do everything himself is because it would be boring.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Once you've done everything,
There can
there's
only
nothing
be
left to really strive for.
One is me!
It's payday. The heroes of Doloran had finally gathered their courage and moved closer to Crowley in order to intensify their leader, Yaina Overproud's spell.
Get ready to intercept them. That spell really doesn't need to get any stronger.
Forward, brave warriors! Together we will defeat this evil! Thunderbolt, open!
This mission is a bit harder because I don't have a... What's her name?
Talia.
Yeah.
We can't go on like this. Men, find the source of this evil. Enter the dungeon and destroy it.
Not a good time. I'm kind of busy here at the moment.
A group of heroes made their way into the dungeon to lead the armies of evil into a two-fronted war. Fortunately, the underground was laced with traps and so on, so that they didn't stand a chance. You did lace it with traps, didn't you? Slowly but surely, Crowley was forced back. The idle evil had better support him quickly.
Go, you dogs! Crowley needs your support! Now!
Do you want some apple?
I need an evil camp, dude. If only I had a second person that could do dungeon shit for me.
If only.
If only. The game was so much easier then.
Turn out a hockey, we can go back and forth quickly.
Huh?
Turn out a hockey, can go back and forth between the dungeon and world quickly, or no?
It's just as easy as clicking on the map. It's not that hard.
Okay.
It's just
So you're just a
multitasking,
bitch.
you know?
Yes.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
I need that evil camp so I can start building up my dungeon.
Heyday!
Dude, they're so strong. Fuck. Okay. What? What are you giggling about?
My cat's purring like crazy.
Why?
I don't know. Like, it's just really comfortable right now. But he's purring very aggressively.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
Alright, I fucking won't go yet. Okay, I'm sorry.
Give up, Talia. Good will always triumph.
Oh, like hell. Good is going down. I'm gonna tear your heart out and use it as a bath sponge.
He's so weird.
What do you mean he?
I said she's so weird.
Oh, she.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal. The heroes strengthened Yaina Overproud's spell and slowly pushed Crowley back.
Finally, holy shit. I'm trying to get this evil camp forever. I like that they go flying and ragdoll.
The recovering
It's
evil
really
would
funny.
build a chamber of relaxation. There, demons could leave their non-existent cares behind them as they took a warm manna bath. It also allowed them to attain higher levels. strengthened Yaina Overproud's spell and slowly pushed Crowley back. Payday. Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
Very good. That adds some new momentum. Time to die, Yaina Overproud.
Ooh, buddy. I am stretched thin right now. Alrighty. Time to regroup. Build some shit, get some shit done. You know how it go.
I do. I know how it be.
Like Kaiser, I heard moan.
No, it was me. I did a big stretch.
The senseless evil had so far neglected
What's up,
to
Kit Kat?
eradicate one of the heroes' camps, and therefore continued to face a huge number
He just wants
of
pats.
heroes. Here it seemed to be living out its masochistic side. Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
Very good. That adds some new momentum. Time to die, Yaina Overproud.
Got the relaxation chambers from a demons.
Gotta get them their nice hot tubs full of mana.
Indeed.
The hedonistic evil had built his demons
How about
a
the sex
chamber
room?
of relaxation. There they
Comes
could
later.
find mana baths,
Oh.
which seemed to be an essential requirement for every high-level demon.
What do you think taking a bath in mana would feel like?
It's been explained to me before, so it's not like you're wet. It kind of feels like you're like, you don't feel it on your skin, but it's more like you feel it within you, you know, like when you drink a hot cup of soup or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that for your soul.
Is that what this game says?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you consulted a demon with this.
Well, it's not necessarily demon, it's just fantasy babble, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Crowley,
destroy those do-gooders! Never! Your ridiculous demon has no power here!
That's what you think.
Right. This will be the workshop.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal. It's payday.
Phew. Oh god.
Hi, Natalie.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Fern. Hi, Natalie.
Did that startle you?
No, I sneezed.
I'm good, Felipe. Not that you actually get, and I'm joking.
You're right. I didn't.
Oh.
I wish I had some tacos. Tacos sound good right now.
Just ate
Excuse
a
you.
pizza.
That also
How
sounds
was your
good.
pizza?
Just ate a whole large deep pan pizza.
Because you are just basically a black hole.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna go to Pizza
I
Ranch
can-
today, but people canceled on me.
I can.
You're gonna go to Pizza Ranch today. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
Spider
What the hell is a
nest.
pizza ranch? Is that where they grow pizza?
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly it.
Have you seen? Have you seen what's happened to Pro Dota?
No.
So Dota's been having a lot of drama because it just had its, like the largest the esports. 1 second.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
A nice big treasury for all my gold. Let's go take another evil camp, I suppose.
Slowly but surely, Crowley was forced back. The idle evil had better support him quickly.
A Dota player is like the biggest in Dota history for sure, but one of the biggest in esports histories. Dota player in like the current pro circuit tournament that's going on was caught in a betting scandal for $150,000 dollars. But on top of that, it wasn't his money; it was the mafia's money.
I don't. What does this mean?
One of the pro players like tried fixing a match.
Oh. Am I gonna get
Oh.
reimbursement?
Huh?
Am I gonna get reimbursement?
Doesn't affect me, but it's caused obviously this is in pro gaming as well. But also it wasn't his money; it was belonged to some like internet mafia thing.
Cool.
Where's Kaiser?
Couldn't tell you.
Because the fuck are dead.
Can I make mana yet? I can. We'll make this up here the Tinkerer's Cave.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
Thunderbolt!
Whoa.
Fly! And win!
You want me to call you Sailor Overmoon now?
Whoa.
Or what? I can take you.
What are you making noises for?
behind my back.
Just whoa.
Why, boy?
Ba 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 ba.
The freaking cannoneers suck.
How long you got left?
I don't know. A little while. That was a lot of enemies over there.
Fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
Alrighty, get some beer.
You don't drink.
Heroes had entered the dungeon through the back entrance. Wait, heroes had entered the dungeon by the back entrance? Alert! Prisoners are being freed from your dungeon.
Yes! More power! Excellent! Thank you, Crowley! Take that, Yaina!
I never used the arachnid unit. I don't think you did either, Felipe.
He's not here right now.
I'm here.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't really fight, so.
They just weren't that good.
Did you hear what happened in Dota, Felipe?
I did not.
One of the pro players got caught for a for it's the biggest in Dota, but it might be. I think it's one of the largest in esports. Basically, he was rigging a match. He bet 150k that the enemy team would win. He got caught. But not only that, but it wasn't his money. It was belonging to a online betting mafia.
Oh, oof.
There's all kinds of drama about that, but yeah. But what the internet is farming for, like you know, views or whatever, is the fact that not only that, but it was like Herald level of failure, as in he made the bet that the enemy team would lose, tried disconnecting. When he disconnected, his team actually started winning.
Oh.
And then when he came back and went AFK, when M just went AFK, his team still ended up winning.
What a loser.
Why would you ever?
Yeah, I know, right?
Money, money, money.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal. The heroes strengthened Yaina Overproud's spell and slowly pushed Crowley back. enemies in your dungeon.
The combined might of all of Doloran is behind me, Dark Elf. Your evil brood has no chance here.
We'll raise Doloran to the ground. When we're done, it'll only be good for a car park.
Your dungeon heart is under attack. Meanwhile, Crowley had covered half the distance. Not much longer, and Doloran would fall.
Never! Men, attack!
You see, they're adding Solid Snake to Rainbow Six Siege.
Nope.
Cool. Is it a skin or is it an actual character?
Actual operator.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that means when he comes out, we'll officially have Splinter Cell and Solid Snake and Rainbow Six Siege.
Wow. A game that nobody plays.
Crowley's fabulous skill, however,
Quite a lot of
still
people
raised
actually
the
play it.
eyes
It just
upon the abominable evils that
Nobody that matters plays it.
Payday. Enemies have entered the dungeon. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Yeah, come on.
The dungeon heart is being attacked.
I hate the infinite ones that are in the fucking in the corners, you know, because you can only harvest 2 sides at a time.
Yeah, they suck. They were the worst when I came upon them. Is that your infinite one, or is it just a big?
That's my infinite one.
Oof. I feel like they're usually on the corners or on the wall.
Yeah.
I just have felt like it every time.
Yeah, it sure did. One succubus.
Thunderbolt! Fly! And win! You want me to call you Sailor Overmoon now or what? I can take you with one hand tied behind my back.
Crowley was forced back. The absolute evil had to send its creatures to support him.
Operation Sneak Attack! Go!
The foolish evil had walked right into a do-gooder ambush, who now happily took its armies under fire from above. This would probably lead to painful losses, but of course, that didn't matter to the troop-wasting evil. The wicked evil had simply forgotten to erect the insidious torture chamber. Following this little reminder, it immediately set about doing so. Heyday! Enemies have entered the dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. The malicious evil had successfully built the torture chamber, where it could now persuade heroes to see the benefits of the dark side, through the use of instruments of torture, of course. Defend the dungeon heart. Crowder's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal.
Rar.
Hello, Kaiser.
Brother.
Hello.
How
Hey,
is the
Kaiser.
dirt?
Rar. I mean rar.
Hey, look at that. I got my first corrupted hero.
Hell yeah.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Payday.
Hey,
You have to pay your units in this game. Which I
what?
still think
Yeah.
is funny.
I'm evil. I'm going to not pay them.
And then they get angry and go on strike and form a union.
Taxes are 200%.
I smite them.
Yeah, you can just dump them.
The dungeon heart is being attacked.
You could just dump them in the hole and hire another person.
Sure can.
Once I'm done with you, I'm gonna raise Doloran to the ground!
You will never defeat me. I fight for good. We win in every story.
Yes! More power! Excellent, thank you, Crowley! Take that, Yaina!
Time to kill this hobbit home.
No.
Fuck the hobbits. They're in the way of progress.
Indeed.
So this is how America was.
Yes.
We're
Only
home.
we're actually cool. And we actually build good infrastructure.
Like
America.
snakes.
I'm a snake. That's a coral snake. It's non-venomous.
I think this
You
one
can
might
tell
be
because it-
venomous.
No, it's a coral snake. Or no, it's a fake coral. I mean, it's a fake coral.
The spikes mean it's non-poisonous and good. It likes to be touched.
Okay, yeah. Too much nerdiness for the stream.
We like your nerdiness, though, Kaiser.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
You tell me, shut up, nerd. You nerd.
Yeah, that's why we like it, because it's funny.
Bruh. Crapcom. They're on sale.
We're not ready yet.
Slowly but surely, Crowley was forced
I
out.
died.
The idle evil had better support him quickly.
Some of them are hungry.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Enemies in your dungeon.
How was your day? For all of you.
Fine.
Good.
Rar. It was Rar.
It was raw.
Good. That adds some new momentum. Time.
Crowley had reached the gates of Doloran. The energies raging around him melted through
Yay,
his like
the,
a hot knife through butter. However,
Jinda
instead
Hut
of demoralizing the defenders,
I got
that
it.
seemed to motivate them instead.
Yay.
Exactly.
Of course I
Right,
did.
ladies and gentlemen.
I
time
never
to
doubted
take
my
out
skills.
The garbage. Destroy the evil. For the Moonstone. For Doloran.
Man the defenses!
Itchy leg.
It's payday.
Blah, 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 blah.
Get him. Get him.
Get 'em. Killed up.
The heroes strengthened Yaina Overproud's spell and slowly pulled Crowley back. Crowley's fabulous skill, however, stood ready to be unleashed upon the abominable evil signal. Go, Crowley, go on! Take the worthless magician out. The Pitwing had reached Yaina Overproud. He tore through the walls as if they were paper, and then they met. Lightning bolts lashed through the electrified air. An epic battle began.
Your days are numbered, villainous pit fiend. In the name of Doloran, I will punish you. But not here.
What the? A teleportation spell? What a bitch! Come on, after her! She can't be far!
She
Daughter
swore.
Seeks your villainous deeds. Grimly's death.
Only antagonists swear.
Bah.
Look inside yourself and return to the light.
Go watch that cartoon movie about ice and snow and listen to the song Let It
Can you get the
Go
baby dragons now?
very closely.
Not time for that!
Me?
Huh?
Come on! We have
In-
to find
no, in
Crowley and
Monster
kill
Hunter.
Yaina and let
The little
Doloran,
eggs.
not necessarily
No, it's
the
until
other
the
order.
8th. Fuck.
I'm assuming
Another
you have to,
mission done.
Yes.
The end of Yaina Overproud. The victorious evil.
Well,
How do you feel that they brought
we
back
did a lot,
eggs?
so we're gonna call it there for today. So long, everybody.
Yay. Goodbye.
How do you feel that they brought back an egg quest?